For
Hold
like
on.
fleeting.
You think animal rape?
Can I show you something? What does that look like?
Inseminating a cow because
Exactly.
that's not rape.
It is absolutely rape.
Oh my
What would
gosh.
you call that
Well,
if
I
that was
have to tell
happening
you,
to a human?
that's not a human.
Today I'm out in front of the Capitol building. So today is politically themed. So I got my kind of protest shirt on. I got the whole collage here to show people. It's kind of a little scene in my neck of the woods here. What's going on, big guy? You want to try the questions? Stress test your values a little bit? Have a great day. How about you guys? 3 questions. Have a great one. Well, tell you what, I might not be here. Can I give you a card at least? It's just got resources to help you, just to help you learn about our food systems and what we pay for when we're not vegan, essentially. That's all it is. That's all it is.
Some vegetarians, I'll check it out.
Check it out for sure, because there's a lot in the vegetarian, a lot of cruelty, unfortunately. Have a great day. I at least got her with a card. She was sweet. What's going on, buddy?
Vegan man, what's up?
Let's go. You want to try?
Try what?
Just stress test your values a little bit. That's it.
Do what?
Stress test your values.
Stress test my values?
So, do you know what veganism is?
Do I know what?
What veganism is?
Veganism?
Mm-hmm.
You mean like
Have you heard it or heard the term before?
when you eat vegetables?
Hey guys. Yeah, that's part of it. The food part. But it's more of a stance against violence. So that's why I'm out here today, because it's kind of an appropriate place to be. Because when we pay for these systems, we are essentially paying for violence. Someone to be raped, someone to be killed, someone to be opened up. All for the sake of
Oh, you
arbitrary
mean kill an
taste pleasure. Exactly, yes.
Oh.
Sentient beings with brains to think, hearts to feel, eyes to see, noses to breathe, and families, essentially. So I would ask you, are you against animal abuse in general?
Of course, yeah.
Right? Most of us are. So the challenge comes to how can you equilibrate that or balance that if you're paying for it 3 times a day?
I pay for it 3 times a day?
If you're not vegan, yeah.
How do I pay for it?
Where if you buy meat or cheese or milk or eggs.
First of all, I'm
the,
Italian.
The system
I'd rather
underneath.
have pasta.
Oh, I love that. That's
I
vegan
love
by
pasta.
design. Yeah, yeah.
But I like a good steak.
Yeah, and so do I. Right now I eat steak, but a vegan version of, right? And if you eat the vegan version of
steak?
oh, absolutely, absolutely, and it tastes the
Vegetable
same.
steak?
You guys want to try the questions? Little critical thinking on your values. That's it. Have a great day. But I would challenge you to think, like, what's more important, just the convenience in the habit, like, or your own values? Because we're going against our values when we eat meat and cheese and milk and eggs.
You guys have.
So all I'm doing is asking a few questions and
Sure.
kind of getting the word out on things that people might not really hear about, every day. My first question usually is like, do you know what veganism is? Have you heard about it? Or
Sure.
what do you think it is?
I don't live under a rock.
Okay, well tell me, because most people have it wrong. And
Okay. No animal products.
Yes.
Butter, meat.
yeah. No meat, cheese, milk, eggs, seafood, or
Yes.
honey, right? So I like to kind of
Oh, honey
tilt
too?
honey. Yeah, just because it comes
Oh,
from an
that's
animal.
mean.
It's mean to the bees. It's very mean to the bees. I don't know if you're familiar with how industry works, but they rip off the queen's wings. They basically sexually exploit her. They kill
Not
her
my
kids.
beekeepers.
Maybe not yours, but industry
My
speaking.
beekeepers don't
Industry
do it.
speaking, they do. But on another basis, I like to articulate that it's not about food. So I like to tell people that's incorrect. It's more of a moral stance against something, right? So if it has to do with food, that's consequential, right? If it has to do with clothing, that's consequential. If it has to do with testing on animals, that's consequential. It's more of a saying, I will not support violence. I will not support rape, because this is what happens in animal agriculture. And I will not support systems of oppression just for
Hold on.
fleeting.
You think animal rape?
Can I show you something? What does that look like?
Inseminating a cow.
Exactly.
because That's not rape.
It is absolutely rape.
Oh my
What would
gosh.
you call that
Well,
if
I
that was
have to tell
happening
you-
to a human?
That's not a human.
But
And that,
but it
that,
has
you
eyes to
can't-
see,
it-
nose to breathe, a heart, a family.
Yeah,
And when we
that's-
kill them, they're children. So we're killing and eating children.
You're gonna
And
lose people when
you're
you-
supporting that. Stop supporting animal abuse. It's not funny. But people that have moral agency, like you and me, we can decide to protect or we can decide to exploit. And when you go to that POS system and you pay that dollar or that $10, that's your ballot system where you're voting, one, for who you are as a person and who you are as an example, to your kids, your family, your friends. And two, you're voting to have somebody have their head cut off. Little picture, guys, like this, for your own taste pleasure. Or this is actually a forcible impregnation, where a farmer sticks his hand deep inside the anus of a cow, holds down the cervix, and then pumps in ejaculated bull semen into their vagina. So that's what's happening right here. And down here is where they open the cow up and they bleed it out, organs all over the floor. There's a two factory farm workers in this situation, and you're actually voting to oppress those human beings as well, because they have to deal with that. Oh, you got this. Come on. Okay. Like,
Okay.
I know you'll be on your way, but if you could take that, it's got resources to help you just go full vegan. We can totally do it in 2025.
I'm a pescatarian.
I got you.
But I'm working on vegan.
Yeah, because the fish, they still have
The problem is that I have to eat out a lot, and there frequently
Yeah.
no alternative.
I know, but what I posture with to people is, do you think the convenience factor eclipses like your own values?
It's not about convenience, it's about necessity.
Yeah.
Like right now, I have less than 45 minutes,
Yeah.
30 minutes for lunch.
What I would say though, if your why is strong enough, you'd find a way.
I brought my own lunch.
Yeah, there you go.
And it's totally vegan.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right. Have a great day. 2 minutes. My first question is that I've been asking people today is, do you know what veganism is?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you think it is?
No dairy, no cheese, no animals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a food level, kind of surface level, that's part of it. But what it really is it's a stance against violence, oppression, and all alike things. And if it has to do with animals, then sure, it has to do with animals. If it has to do with clothing, then it has to do with clothing or entertainment. What it has to do with affecting like a sentient being. We're looking at kind of the sentience factor. Would you say that you're a person against animal abuse, like in general?
Sure. Yes.
Right, reflexively, like your heart, right?
Yeah.
So the question I just simply ask people is, how can we balance being against something when we're paying for it 3 times a day if we're not vegan? And that's a tough question.
It is. I mean, it's a decision you make every time you
Yeah,
buy something or put food in your mouth.
Yeah.
And I don't know the answer.
right.
I mean,
And it's a subtle thing, right? Like
Yeah.
we're at the POS system, we give the clerk $1, and we think nothing's happened. But what happens is, like, I came here today because it's like the political backdrop. What happens is it's a vote, and it's a monetary vote rather than a political vote.
Sure.
And that's the real vote that gets counted every single time, no matter what. So in 2025, we've identified that we don't need anything nutritionally from animals, so that just leaves us with these stark implications.
Right.
So what would be the biggest thing keeping you from being vegan?
I think it's probably just changing my habits.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I think it's you have to learn something new. So
Yeah.
you feel like a little bit of uncomfortableness.
Yeah, you
But
recalibrate a little bit.
I think, just with anything, with
Yeah. Well-
dieting or like organizing or working, you have to make small choices.
Yeah. When I try to paint the dialogue here, I try to tilt it to the animal outlook. And yes, it's great to have baby steps and to kind of scale forward. But even if you eat meat once a year, there's still this animal, like one of these guys, right? Like that cute little cow, or my daughter
Yeah.
told me to get this picture today. These little chicks, like these chicks that are kissing each other, or whatever. This cute little cow. He has to go and he has to look up at this slaughterman.
I know.
That
I
is-
drive to the Eastern Shore.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
he's gonna come down and he's gonna take his whole time horizon for somebody's like taste pleasure that they won't remember in a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would challenge you to think of the animal and what's more important, like the convenience or that life, and that stance we take to say no to those control narratives that want us to keep doing this.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you make all good points, and the more educated we become about all of our small
Yeah.
impacts on the planet.
That's why I'm out here.
I know.
Yeah. And I'm out here to kind of put the elephant in the room
Yeah.
because it's so deep in I'm putting a limelight on the elephant in the room
Yeah, no,
because
I
it's
think
so
it's-
deep in the room and nobody wants to talk about it, and there's a reason why.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you for stopping by.
Sure.
Would you like to? Can I give you a card?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So this card has resources on it to help you go vegan. And there's a speech on the back that turned me vegan. You know, my kids are vegan, like my family, most of them are vegan. And that speech was very helpful to me. You can just scan it and, you know,
Yeah.
it's just resources, it's just information.
No, I always
That's
love
it.
to learn. Thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Mary Pat.
I'm Jimmy. Well, nice to meet you.
Take care.
Take care. If you think what I'm doing is upside down, then you should really think about what you're defending. I'll show you what you're defending. You were defending everything you see here. What's up, buddy? You want to try the questions? 3 questions, critical thinking. 3 minutes could change your mind on things. It's not nice. Small move, small move. Hi, guys. Anybody want to try? Boycott violence, go vegan, boycott rape. Stepping up to the plate. Are you okay, though? I'm on my YouTube live. Is that cool?
I suppose so.
And you don't have to be on camera. So my first question that I ask everybody is, do you know what veganism is? Or what's your definition of it?
Not eating anything derived from an animal.
Yeah, okay.
Whether direct, whether meat, like killing them, or just a product of them, like milk,
Yeah,
dairy
see,
products.
You got it. It's funny, some people don't even know about the secretions part. They just think it's just the meat. But nailed it. But I like to tilt things a little bit and kind of say, yes, that's surface level definition, but there's a deeper definition. And it has to do with boycotting violence, essentially. So it's a stance and a kind of posturing against the exploitation of other sentient beings, right? So we as vegans, we don't vote for anything that directly exploits an animal. There might be peripheral effects and products of a non-vegan world that we can get to when we get to, but vegans say, no, we will not follow orders from control narratives. So I would ask you a second question. Are you against animal abuse?
Naturally.
Reflexively, right? Our hearts. So the third question.
I doubt you've gotten anyone who said, no, I'm in favor.
Only some trolls, but we get those. But I bet you they're lying. You know, I bet you most people have the heart that if they saw a little dog over there that was just getting beat up, they would intervene and they would say, get the hell out of here to the person that was doing that. So the last question is a tough one. How can you as a human balance that opposition if you're paying for it 3 times a day?
I think, I'm before the utter abolition of, or well, maybe not abolition, but before refusing to consume any of those products, I think the first step just needs to be addressing the system that creates that. I think the greater evil here is capitalism, frankly.
I'll say I'm not a fan of capitalism, absolutely. I think the framework is absolutely, and right now, currently, it's very savage and very oppressive, and it's very, it's gluttonous, it's disgusting. I agree with that.
It's absolutely, like, I do not hold anything against vegans, even though I know a lot of people who, for whatever reason, do. I try first to buy from at least more ethical organizations, and then the focus of my ire tends to be toward the broader capitalism.
Yeah, and that's something, you know, we can maybe do things here, write a letter to our congressman, maybe lobby on Capitol Hill. These are all things that can be addressed and can be exacted, but the real crux of why we're at where we're at and why this system is what it is supply and demand. It's that mechanism of outcome, right? It's the real vote. When you go up and you buy, say, a pack of something and you're saying, here, and then you give it to them, they take it. Okay, it's such a subtle thing, but such an exponentially unbelievable, when compounded with everybody else doing it, impact. So the real crux is supply and demand. If we can reach the consumers and we can get people to appeal to their nobler motives, like I'm doing with you, then we can change buying dynamics. We can tilt buying dynamics, and then we can have a better canvas of which to actually get to them. Because no one's going to change the laws if the people aren't behind it. You know what I mean? The people have to be behind it. So that's how I would posture there. But what would be the biggest thing stopping you from going completely vegan if you knew that you could get everything nutritionally from a vegan diet?
Well, first, you named the big hurdle there is that there are a lot of hurdles in that nutrition sense, and it's great that technologically we've gotten to the point where every day we are getting closer and closer to that being a
Yeah.
feasible.
Which ones? Which
thing.
nutrients are you concerned about?
I just generally meat is
It's more dense. I mean, it's definitely has
dense,
it basically aggregates, like, you know, only reason they have protein, by the way, in anything is because they eat plants. Plants
Yeah.
are the genesis of all nutrition. But yeah, because of how things aggregate, there's like a cocktail of just, and that cocktail doesn't just come with the nutrition, it comes with collateral damage too, like cholesterol, heterocyclic amines, IGF-1, and you know, I could go on and on and on. But you know, there really aren't any. I've been vegan for 12 years. My kid's vegan since birth. She's a martial artist. She's healthy as hell. There's no nutrient that you cannot get on a vegan diet. No nutrient. There's something called B12, which a lot of people will bring up. And B12 is something that comes from the soil, not an animal. And with modern agriculture methods, it can't be extrapolated from the soil by the animal anymore. So the animal gets it supplemented. So both of us take a supplement.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you were to learn that if you could be sound and completely strong and even stronger on a vegan diet, what would hold you back?
I mean, I'll say this: I would be much more likely to go vegetarian before vegan.
Yeah.
But
Here's where I would intercept that. So this right here, that's what we pay for when we're doing the vegetarian thing. That is a farmer sticking its hand into the anus of a cow, holding down its cervix, and then pumping forcibly ejaculated semen into its vagina, just for somebody to go yum yum, or something that they'll forget in a week. And that's, you know, if we were to call that what it is, well, we know what that is. If they're forcing their hand on somebody, we're saying your body, my choice. I'm going to do this, and this is what I'm going to vote for. And we don't know we're doing it because we've been so cognitively dissonanced by control narratives. You know, they got us by the whatever, you name it, because everyone's just saying, you know, yes, 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 without questioning anything. And they're loving it because they're siphoning all of the money up to that 1% of the 1% and keeping these inherently just terrible systems that happen to be huge money makers in place. It really comes down to money, what it comes down to. But so I would challenge you to look at that. Like, look at, because you're already vegan at heart, I can tell. So the coolest thing about being vegan is you take your values, you take your actions, and you equilibrate them. It's that simple. I'm a fellow Jay, I'm Jimmy. Can I give you a card? And this just has resources. You seem like a really nice person. I really appreciate you stopping by. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try the questions? Not vegan yet? 3 quick. Change your thinking. What's going on, guys? You guys want to try the questions? Let's go vegan. Let's stop being violent. Have a great one.
I'm pescatarian, so
Oh, okay. You're almost there. You're almost there. You're almost there. Right on. Right on. The injustice is on the humans as well, because people are duped, they're tricked, they're following orders, and they're not questioning anything. So, is that nice? What do you guys think? Do you guys think that is nice? That is somebody getting their head chopped off. That is somebody getting raped. That is somebody getting opened wide open. Is that nice? I don't know. To me, I'm looking at that and that just doesn't look nice. I'm sorry. I absolutely love my steak medium rare. Matt, that's not nice, dude. And it's not cool, and it definitely is not macho. A lot of people think it's so macho to eat meat, and you're essentially killing a kid, like a child, because chronologically speaking, they're about 10 years old, cows are, when they're killed. Hi, guys. You guys want to try the questions? A little critical thinking? Have a great one. And then you're going to eat the child. So does that make you like a real tough dude? Because that's pretty pathetic. So, all right, guys, have a good day.
Are you raw vegan or what kind of vegan?
Oh no, just vegan. You know,
But do you eat a lot of processed food? Like,
oh, you don't have to. You don't have to. You can
not
eat.
just you personally.
Me
Do you
personally?
Eat, like, fake meat and stuff.
Oh,
But
the
I'm
exact
cognitive
cognitive
pretty
dissonance.
anti this. This is gross. That's not good for you in the long run. But
Well,
I agree
do you know
with you.
how
if
that's
it gets, if it's not. I don't think it's too good. But tell me.
If you're going to lament that, you have to at least know how it's made.
Well, tell me how it's made.
Okay. Peas, fava beans, lentils, protein, avocado oil. Now, these are sent through mechanisms of heating, cooling, and pressure. And all those things I just mentioned have the vitamins, nutrients, water, fat, and protein.
This is Beyond Burger?
I think that's a Beyond Burger, yeah.
Okay.
So what comes out is a veggie patty, but it tastes like meat. That's as simple as it is, and this is what's in meat: heterocyclic amines, cortisol, IGF-1 that promotes cancer, TMAO, copious amounts of saturated fat. All that's in meat, and all that is not in that. So, I mean, it's an easy win-win that's 10 times healthier than animal meat. Easy win-win. And it's also the same tasting. So once again, control narratives have us all thinking that is processed. And meat is 10 times more processed than that. When we're talking Genesis to Revelation, it's 10 times more
How is
processed.
meat processed? Like,
Well,
how is a cow processed?
That's how it starts. Great.
Okay.
So a farmer's going to take its hand, put it deep inside the anus of a cow. It's going to hold down its cervix and then pump ejaculated bull semen into that cow against its will.
Oh my
Starts with
gosh.
rape. That's the first part of the process. Then once the cow gets grown up and reared for cattle, it'll be beat, it'll be spit on, it'll be laughed at. Factory farm workers are cuckoo, unfortunately, and that's our fault because we're paying for these systems.
Well, it probably attracts psychopathic personalities.
It does.
A lot of industries
Highest
do.
rates of domestic violence, highest rates of suicide, actually, attributed to factory farm workers.
Yeah.
And as the cow gets older, to the point where it is killed, it's hung upside down, just like that, blood out, organs all over the floor. It's absolutely disgusting. That's towards the ends of its process. This is all a process, we would agree, right? And then they're going to put chemicals all over it, refine it. They're going to put it in plastic and make it look really pretty. To try. What's going on, man? You vegan?
Not yet, but I'm on
Let's
my
go.
way.
Let's go. You got it.
I'm on my way.
Can I give you a card to help you solidify the decision?
Thank you
Cool.
very
Heck
much.
yeah. My pleasure. My pleasure.
Much better for you.
Absolutely. And so many other things, right?
Right.
Take care. On YouTube, my name is Vegan Sign Guy. So you'll see me on YouTube at Vegan Sign Guy. But yeah, I just challenge you to think about those things today. Thank you, sir. Have a great day. Here.
These women right here.
All right, ladies.
You guys in a hurry?
You guys want to try 3 quick questions? What's going on, guys? Guys want to try the questions? Anybody?